Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maggie. Today we're going to be talking about how my husband and I use a semi-joint finances approach to our marriage and our money. Everybody's partnership and everybody's personal finances are going to be different, specific to their needs. So I'm going to share with you how we do it, what works for us. And, maybe this is something that would work for you, maybe it wouldn't, but this is what we do. I'm also kind of filming this to support. I share a monthly budget on my channel each month. And some of you have noticed that some things aren't shown there anymore because I'm just showing our joint budget. So hopefully I can use this as a resource to supplement those videos as well, just talk through. So first things first, my husband and I are both full-time employees. So he gets a paycheck and I get a paycheck. We work for two different companies. We have two different pay cycles, but that doesn't really matter too much. But we are both full-time employees. So we've got dual income, one from each of us, which is fabulous. So here's the first step is his paycheck is deposited into his checking account. My paycheck is deposited into my checking account. So we each have our own checking account. Here's something that's unique about us is that we own two homes. And the history of this is that we both owned a home before we ever met each other. So my husband owns the lake home, which is actually our primary residence where we live. So he pays for all of the bills for the lake. I own the city home, which is in the suburbs of Minneapolis, St. Paul, the Twin Cities. So before we knew each other, before we were engaged, before we dated, all of that, we owned our own homes. And so for us, we are going to keep both of them. We do get utility out of both of them. It's great. But we've decided what's easiest is just for him to continue to pay for this home. I will continue to pay for the city. So he pays for the lake mortgage, the lake HOA, the lake utility bills, and then also the lake internet. And we also add about $150 each month to a buffer. So he's got a buffer in his own checking account for these bills and, whatever else. For me, I pay the city mortgage, the city HOA, the city utilities. The internet in the city is included in my HOAs down there. And then my cell phone as well. My husband does have a cell phone, of course, but his work actually pays for it. So that's not a bill that he needs to pay for. And then I get a buffer of about $150 each month as well. So that buffer, adds on itself. It's just kind of there in case something comes in higher. Every now and then I will invest some of this into a brokerage account for me as well. So we keep enough in each of our checking accounts to cover these basic bills. And then the rest of the money, I transfer what my excess is. He transfers his excess into our joint checking. So we have a joint checking account. And when I share budgets on my channel, this is where the budget begins that I'm sharing. So this is like our money at that point. It's pooled together. We don't continue to split things like 50-50 or proportionally, though we did do that when we were dating and living together. But now we just have a joint account. And the nice thing then is all of the regular expenses. So we have a expedition from Polaris that we make a payment on, our subscriptions, groceries, gas, variable expenses, spending money, cash flow, like all of those kind of monthly expenses typically are on our credit cards. We have two joint credit cards, a Delta card and a Marriott card. We specifically chose those because my husband travels for work. And so he gets to save all of the miles and points with his travels, but then also use those cards. And it's like when you stay at a Marriott hotel and you use your Marriott card, it like goes crazy on the multipliers. So we love that. And then I use the same credit card when I'm grocery shopping and whatever else when I'm at home. And so that helps us be able to afford some really amazing trips and travel opportunities because of those. So anyway, we pay our credit card off in full each month, but these are the typical expenses. So our money comes into the joint account, we spend on the credit card, and then we pay off the credit card from the joint account. Then we also have a joint savings. So this is transferred over. So we keep enough in here for our, kind of like monthly stuff. And then the rest goes into savings. This is a high yield savings account. So we are earning nice interest there. And this is where we save for things like vacations, gifts, insurance, taxes, Christmas, kind of other big expenses. And when those things come up, let's say Christmas, for example, we use our credit card and then we kind of like dotted line pay off the credit card from our joint savings. So this is what works for us. I know some people have very strong opinions about how you should or shouldn't manage your money. For us, this makes sense because of our unique situation where we both owned our own homes. We also got a prenup before our marriage just to really solidify that his home, the lake home is his, the city home is mine, just in case something didn't work out. We're really kind of protecting the assets we came into marriage with. So this is what works for us. We're really happy with it. Like I said, I do share a joint budget. So once the money is here and here, I share our plans for that each month. And then I do a recap video as well. So if you want to see what we are up to financially, what our goals are, all of that good stuff this year, be sure to subscribe and check out those videos. But hopefully this was helpful just to get an idea of how we are sharing our finances. Would love to hear from you in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.